All right, let's talk about it. We're going to break down the single biggest mistake that I swear trips up pretty much every student out there. It's this thing that feels super productive, but it's actually holding you back. And once you see it, you'll completely change how you study. For real.
I mean, come on, does this sound familiar? You put in the time, you sit there for hours, you've got the coffee, the textbook is open, you feel like you're working hard, but then you get to the test and poof, it's like your brain just goes blank. It is so frustrating, and trust me, you are not the only one feeling this way.
So, what is this big mistake? Well, here's the secret. The solution isn't about adding more hours to your study schedule. It's about a total shift in how you're using that time. It's about studying smarter, not harder.
And here it is, the big one. The mistake is passive learning. This is when you just kind of let information wash over you. You know, like rereading a chapter for the 5th time or just having a lecture play in the background, and you're just hoping that some of it sticks. It feels like you're doing something, but your brain, it isn't actually building any strong connections.
This right here, this is the classic sign of a passive learner. You recognize the words on the page. They look familiar, right? So your brain tricks you with what's called the illusion of knowing. But here's the catch. Recognition is not the same thing as recall, and that is the trap so many of us fall into.
To really get why this is such a huge problem, let's try an analogy that makes it all crystal clear. Think about building a house.
Okay, so on the left, you've got passive studying. This is just like staring at the blueprints for a house. You could look at them for hours. You could even memorize what the finished house is supposed to look like. But on the right, you have active studying. And that's you, picking up the hammer, grabbing the nails, and actually building the thing.
I mean, think about it. You could be the best blueprint reader in the entire world. You could analyze every single line and measurement. But at the end of the day, you're still just standing in an empty lot with a piece of paper. You haven't actually built anything solid.
And this is the solution. This is the whole point. Real learning happens when you actually engage, when you struggle a little bit to pull that information out of your own memory. That's how you lay the bricks. That's how you build a structure of knowledge that will actually stand strong when a test comes along.
So let's get specific. What does this blueprint staring actually look like when you're studying? Let's go through the most common habits that, well, they basically create a super weak foundation for your knowledge house.
Okay, be honest with yourself for a second. Do any of these look familiar? Mindlessly rereading the same page over and over, highlighting basically the entire book, just rewatching lectures hoping it'll sink in? These things give us that illusion of being productive, but really, they're like trying to build your house's foundation with soggy cardboard. It's just not going to work.
Okay, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. This is your new power tool. This is the thing that separates the students who struggle from the ones who just get it. And it's a concept called active recall.
The main idea is actually really simple. Active recall just means you close the book and you force your brain to answer the question, okay, what do I actually remember? You are actively pulling information out of your brain, not just passively trying to shove it in. It's actually a proven concept. The struggle to retrieve the memory is what makes the memory stronger. Think of it like a workout for your brain.
And that is the magic right there. When you see a term in your notes, your brain goes, oh yeah, I recognize that word. But when you force yourself to define that term without looking, that's when you prove that you actually know it. You're building the house, not just admiring the blueprints.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get really practical. Here is a simple, actionable blueprint you can literally start using tonight, the very next time you study.
It really is this straightforward. Let's walk through it. Okay, step 1, learn the material once. Just read the chapter, go through your notes, get the main ideas. Don't stress about memorizing yet. Now, step 2, and this is the most important part, close the book. Put it away, I'm serious. Then, step 3, on a blank sheet of paper, or even just talking out loud yourself, explain everything you can remember. Definitions, concepts, how things connect, just get it all out. And finally, step 4, now you open the book back up and you check. You compare what you just produced with the real information. You find the gaps. And those gaps are pure gold. That's exactly what you need to focus on. Then you just rinse and repeat on those weak spots.
Every single time you go through this little cycle, you are laying another solid brick in your knowledge house. You're not just looking at the plans anymore, you're actively constructing durable, reliable knowledge that you can pull up whenever you need to.
So it's time to stop staring at the blueprints, put down that highlighter, pick up your new power tool, active recall, and actually start building. The only question left is, what knowledge are you going to build first?